Hello and welcome back to Let's Play The Black Pits 2 with me, Dennaton.
If you wish.
I want to see if he sells the Paws of the Cheetah, because that'll make exploration a little faster. Okay, I don't think that he does, because it would be with the other boots. So that's a little disappointing. Alright, we'll start with Voghiln the Vast.
Ho ho, what have we here? Come, raise a flagon with me. We'll drink till we die in the arena. Or the bar. The bar is more likely for me.
Drinking already? Isn't it a bit early for that?
I thought I was getting a late start. What are you, some sort of paladin?
I am a paladin, yes.
That's unfortunate. But don't worry. Old Voghiln will loosen you up.
I have you singing and drinking with the best of them in a 10-day. If you're still alive, that is. Well, I don't intend to die anytime soon.
Voghiln's the name. A fighter, drinker, and lover. Though, not necessarily in that order.
How did you come to be here, Voghiln? Or Voghiln?
Not so soon. Not so soon.
Win a few fights, then you'll have earned the right to hear the story of how they captured the mighty Voghiln. Fair enough. Can I ask you something else?
Yeah. And what can mighty Voghiln do for you?
You're clearly a man of many skills and stories.
I'll tell you what I know, and a few things I don't.
You're a fighter, I take it. Or a good fighter.
Fighting? You could say that. I killed a dozen Tundra Yeti, bare-handed.
Barehanded. You've heard of Tundra Yeti, yes? Yes. Terrible creatures. A threat to all goodly folk.
I was escorting a caravan from the 10 towns south to Luskan.
We made camp for the night. I told them not to. But they didn't listen to Voghiln.
In the middle of the night, a pack of Yetis attacked. In the chaos, I lost my axe. I had to rip one of their hairy arms off and use it to club the others to death. The devils had killed the oxen and most of the guards. I had to pull the wagons to Luskan myself, fighting Yetis and bandits the whole way.
An impressive feat. Can I ask you something else?
Yeah. And what can mighty Voghiln do for you?
What if it tells us a different story?
I'll tell you what I know, and a few things I don't.
Oh, so you said you know a thing or two about women.
Saying Voghiln knows a thing or two about women is like saying Elminster can cast a few spells.
I know things about women they don't even know about themselves. For instance?
Nice try.
Figure out your own secrets. Fine, be that way. I have another question for you.
Yeah. And what can mighty Voghiln do? I'll tell you what I know, and a few things I don't.
I gather you like to have a drink now and then. Especially now.
I like a drink. When I'm not fighting, or sleeping, or drinking already.
We're gonna get along fabulously. Can I ask you some questions?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what I
let's
know, and a few things I don't.
How did you end up here, Voghiln? I know we already tried, but let's see.
Not so soon. Not so... Yeah. And what can mighty Voghiln do for you?
Can I ask you a question about drinking?
Drinking? You have come to the right place, my friend. What do you want to know?
Maybe we could have a few rounds of ale together.
Maybe when you've won a few fights.
I want to be sure I'm not left carrying your arse back to the bunk room.
Yeah. Drinking? You have come to the right... Well, come find me the next time you need a drink, a laugh, or a pummeling.
He's a pretty fun character. Honestly, I didn't mind him if he wasn't... I don't know. Scalds are the only bard that I care to use. The only bard class. Because they reinforce my playstyle. The Scald's Bard song gives you an increase... Or it gives you a Thaco bonus, an armor class bonus, and a damage bonus.
I have things to do. One not being sitting on me duffer talking to you.
Move. You're in the way. Oh, here comes another lamb for the slaughter. What do you want? Who are you? I'm the bleeding chef. Wasn't it for me, you'd have nothing good to eat. None of you would. The hunters upstairs or the slaves below. Must never find you lingering around me kitchen, poking at me pots, complaining about your food. Even look at me crossways and you'll answer to him. I could fry you and your friends a dozen ways. Stay out of the kitchen. Anything else? What is this place? It's your world now. You sleep in your bunk, eat what I cook, and fight for your life. If you're good and lucky, you might keep it a while. The kitchen and banquet hall are mine. Upstairs is the hunters. All that goes up there is food and drink, and the bloody nosers. If you want to poke about, go see the merchants or the clerics. Better yet, keep to the lounge or training hall, and the arena, of course. Anything else? How can we get out of here? You don't. That's how. Anything else you want to ask? Or can I get back to work now? Never mind. Alright, Marduk? I recognize that name.
You're rather outlandish folk to be wandering round here.
What? Shh, he'll... Hey, no talking to the help. They've pots to clean, you know. Later, sir. We'll... Quit yammering and get back to work. Do you want to feel me spoon on the back of your heads again? In short order. I must call him short order.
I am happy not. No, I'm not.
No talking here. No talking. Alright, we'll just keep exploring. Distilled vinegar is used in potions, medicines, and poisons. Distilled alcohol. Pure alcohol can be used in religious ceremonies, poisons, and late-night drinking binges. Occasionally it is used for all three purposes simultaneously. Rat poison. The smell of dirty brown liquid smells of spoiled apples. Only a rat would be stupid enough to drink this stuff. Well, we'll grab all of it. Another bottle of wine. Label on this wine bottle reads Marsember Blush, fine vintage. Claims to be a fruity blend of spices and dewflower fragrances. The vineyards of Marsember are well known for their firm grapes, which draw their flavor from the fragrant salt air of the Sea of Fallen Stars.
I'll be of help to you, if I can.
Hey there, friend. How are you doing? Well enough, thanks. Farewell. What a fruitful conversation. You know what, can I force this? I cannot. Oh. Well, we found a tough one. I'm not going to talk to the generic guards. A lot of people to talk to in there. Let's go back up here real fast. Jesus, so many, so much to do here. Guess we're getting a decent... we're getting a payout. I can't say that it's decent. I can't force this door open. Don't need to. There's a lot of people to talk to. Alright, let's start with... so we talk to the people in here. Well, let's see what's in here first. We'll work our way from here through here. We talk to here and here. Those rooms are clear now. We haven't checked out... that room. I should probably do that before I forget. Can I get down here to talk to the orc priest? I cannot. Huh. Okay. Yeah, so that might, for being such a combat-focused campaign, the first couple of episodes might not have any combat. A lot to do. A dangerous moose. Stir the creature wrangler.
You need something stranger.
I look at my puppies. Pretty, aren't they? You want to pet them? Take one for a walk? Don't look at me all crooked like. I know them aren't puppies. You dirty slave think I'm dumb? Look who's dumb. You're the slave. You got caught, just like my puppies. Ha! You slaves are no better than them. In fact, you're worse. You smell and you ain't half as pretty. You know what my puppies are good at? Fighting. Oh yes, they are. Want to take one out for a tumble? It'll cost, but don't worry. I won't let the fighting go to the end. At least not theirs. So what's the point in fighting all these? I guess if once I'm equipped. Not right now. Off with you then. I got work to do. Daddy's coming, darlings. Okay, cool. Wonder if there's a reward for fighting these guys. Yeah, before I forget, let me check and see what my proficiencies are across the board. Flail, Morningstar, and Warhammer. Perfect. Axe, well that works. And 2 weapon style. Quarterstaff and dart. Longsword, short sword. And 2 weapon style. Longbow, well that makes sense. She is an archer. Alright, let's go talk to people again. So many NPCs to talk to. I want to talk to them before I start fighting because the conversation stuff, they'll unlock more conversation options as we progress through the fighting. Sim Haximus.
Eh? Talking instead of training? Typical amateur. You newcomers are always wasting time talking, eating, sleeping, plotting. Take a lesson from a professional. Spend your time honing your combat skills. You'll live longer that way.
Who are you?
I am Sim Haximus. Though I bet you already knew that. A gladiator of my fame can hardly go anywhere without being noticed. Such is the price of greatness. Don't think it came easily, though. I've spent every day of my life training for battle. That's why I'm here talking to you instead of rotting in an unmarked grave. You and the other amateurs here would do well to follow my example.
Do you have any advice for me regarding the arena?
Try not to get it.
You'll live longer. That seems sort of obvious.
You would think so, wouldn't you? I can't tell you the number of new gladiators I've battled who pay little attention to their own defense. They think that a strong sword arm will save them. Sometimes it does for a few fights, but eventually they fall. Pay attention to your defenses. If your enemy cannot strike you, it's just a matter of time before you defeat them.
The more cautious gladiator usually wins. Remember that, you might walk out if you're alive. That is, if you don't have to face me. Thank you for the information. Can I ask you something else?
What is it? I suppose I can take a short break from training. Make it quick, though. I've not become the master of the arena by talking. Training is the key to success, and I am the greatest there has ever been.
I would like to ask you about something else.
Typical amateur. Always thinking of talking instead of training. I'll answer your questions, but then it's back to the training room.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Am I to spend the whole day standing around talking and losing valuable training time?
Very well. As you probably already know, I am Sim Haximus, professional gladiator and master of the arena.
I have been a gladiator from my childhood, and I am undefeated.
I fought in countless cities and nations. My fame is spread across the face of Faerun.
You would be wise to follow my example and train regularly.
If you wish to master the arena, spend less time talking and more time training.
What is it? A typical amateur.
How'd you end up
Always thinking of talking instead
I hate
of
talking over
training.
NPCs. How did you end
I'll
up
answer
here?
your question. It was inevitable. Dennaton has created the greatest arena fights of all Faerun.
Obviously, he needed the greatest gladiator in all of Faerun. He contacted my former employer and hired my talents for use here.
I must say that I'm impressed.
The accommodations are superior to any other arena I've fought in. Dennaton runs the shows expertly. The opponents are challenging. You can imagine a professional such as myself is easily bored by the usual arena fodder. You sound like you like it here. Aren't you tired of being a slave?
Slave? I am no slave. I'm a master gladiator. Crowds of thousands gather to watch me fight.
I'm desired by women and envied by men. I am more free than those who watch me in the arena to escape their boring lives. Now leave me. I must train.
What is it? I suppose typical amateur. Always thinking of talking instead of training. I'll answer your questions, but then it's back to the training room.
Could you give me some tips on winning in the arena?
I don't share my secrets with amateurs.
Prove yourself. Fight at my side. If you're worthy, I'll share some of my techniques with you. Can I hire him?
I suppose I can take a short break from training. Make it quick, though. Typical amateur. I don't share my secrets with amateurs. Do what you will.
Maybe he's one of the ones you have
must
to
return to
win some
training.
before he'll fight with you. Hort Ildirth.
Hort Ildirth, first of the bone scars. My arms count 29 scar rings. I am the many-scarred warrior of my clan. 3 females lie in my hut.
I would know more about you, Hort Ildirth, first of the bone scars.
Hort does not speak to those who are without scars. They say you are a great warrior, but how do I know it is true?
You do not wear the scar rings.
Prove yourself. Then maybe I, Hort Ildirth, first of the bone scars, will speak with you.
I don't like the idea of these trials, but I will fight hard, and I will survive.
Hort Ildirth, first of the bone scars, is eager to see that. My name is Hort Ildirth, first of the bone scars. No walls can contain me.
I like your attitude. Would you be willing to fight with me during my next match?
You do not wear the scars. Prove yourself in the arena.
Okay, so he's another potential hiree. I can't ask him yet.
Oh, hello there. If you're looking for Title, he's normally in the merchant area.
I actually came to talk to you.
Me? What for? Title's the one in charge.
What is it you do around here exactly?
Title likes to call it grunt work. Basically, that's everything required to actually run the place. Track the inventory, order supplies, arrange for the performer housing, see that their quarters are clean when they're killed. Their services are no longer required.
Also manage the guards, keep the cooks from killing each other, that sort of thing. Sounds like you might have some good information on the people running this place.
Who are you talking about?
Turtle.
I prefer not to think of my cousin. He takes every opportunity to run me down. I'm sick of it.
Why does he treat you so poorly?
He's an insecure runt, and for a good reason. He'd be nothing without me, and he knows it.
He hasn't the interest or the discipline to properly run this place. Runt. But you're a halfling too. Yeah, so how'd he get to be in charge then?
A combination of bootlicking and backstabbing. Those qualities make him the perfect tool for Dennaton. Luckily for him.
He went last past the arena's introductory speeches otherwise. What of Dennaton? So you two are slaves as well?
Oh yes. Don't let Tuttle's arrogance fool you. He's in chains, same as we are. Not that he's without influence.
His lips are so firmly affixed to Dennaton's backside that he generally gets his way. And he can certainly make life miserable for those he has it out for. I wouldn't cross him if I were you. What of Dennaton?
His word here is law. Cross him and your life will be very uncomfortable. Or more likely, very short.
Yes, but who is he and where does he come from?
I don't know much about him. Dennaton doesn't enter the performers' quarters often. Tuttle's just about the only one with access to him. He's a red wizard, I know that, and I gather he's somewhat influential in Thay.
He has a very powerful backer, but I have no idea who or what that might be. What about that band of mercenaries?
The planetar hunters. They're the metaphorical sword in Dennaton's iron fist.
Don't get me wrong, Dennaton's a competent wizard, but he have no chance of controlling the monsters and gladiators he brings here without the hunters. But I've said too much already. Let's move on. Do you have time for more questions?
Certainly.
You're a slave. In other words, help me plot a rebellion.
I'm gonna forget I heard that. If you're smart, you'll forget you said it.
Dennaton has eyes and ears everywhere. Watch yourself.
Title likes to call it grunt work. Basically, that's who you're talking about. His word here is law. Cross him, certainly. Who are you talking about? His word here is law.
Alright.
Cross him and your life will be very uncomfortable.
What are you looking at? You tired of having eyes in their sockets? Because they won't be there long if you don't look elsewhere.
Why would you do something like that?
Because I'm good at it. Why don't you open your mouth and tell me what you want before I drastically change your outlook on the world? You got 5 seconds.
Whoa, easy. I just want to know who you are.
Veldraki. The Fiend, Dennaton calls me. You heard of the Mirabar Massacre? That was mine. Murders of Malford? That was mine too. The drowning of the Deepwash, the killing of Kingsdale, the hanging of Hargrove, the beating of Belveston, and the burning of Browswaite. All mine. All on the list.
What about the chokings on the Chianthar? Was that yours too?
Yeah, that was some gnome gang hopped up on turnip juice. Crazy buggers. Not right in the head.
Wait, aren't you a gnome?
That's it. You just made the list. What are you looking at? You tired of having... What are you looking at? You tired of having eyes in their sockets?
Guess I burned that bridge.
Because they won't be there long if you don't look elsewhere.
Alright, still got a lot of people to talk to. Let's start with Leah Gosh R.
One step closer, and I'll pluck your beady eyes from your evil skull.
I'm not evil. I'm good.
I'm talking to the gnomish weremole behind you.
I don't see any gnomish weremoles.
Her name is Jinga. She's stalked me since I got here. She's a crafty one. Sometimes she looks like a chair, and sometimes she looks like a chamber pot, and sometimes even a piece of cheese cleverly hidden between 2 pieces of bread. She'll never take me alive!
But that's where you're wrong. Jinga has spies everywhere. They're always watching.
Very well, Jinga. You win this round.
But next time you won't be so lucky.
Quiet. Jinga has ears everywhere.
How did you end up here?
Muffins!
Muffins? What does that mean? Explain yourself.
There are some muffins on that table. Never mind. My capture, yes, I remember. I was being chased by a clan of vampiric kobolds. The fiends took on many shapes. A passing wagon, a basket of turnips, a hedgerow cleverly trimmed to depict the fall of the Netherese Empire. They were clever, but I saw through their disguises. The blood-sucking kobolds took the form of a flying woman, a giant metal ape, a burning lizard, and their henchmen. They bound me, brought me here, left me at the mercy of the infernal weremole.
I know you're there, Jenga. You can't fool me.
Well, that was a nice story, not crazy at all. I'd like to ask you some more questions.
Quiet. Jinga has ears everywhere.
What is it you're looking at?
The monsters. They're pretty. They remind me of my pet rat, Snuffy.
Oh, you had a pet rat. How nice. Tell me about it.
Nothing she said made sense, so I let her go. Nobody wants to listen to a lunatic.
Oh, that's too bad. Let's talk about something else.
Quiet. A gnomish weremole walks among us. Her name is Jinga. She'll never take me alive. Very well, Jinga. You
All right.
win this round.
Gez Themin.
Wonderful. Another person I'm sure won't prove to be hopelessly dull and predictable has come to speak with me.
Sarcasm from a drow. Shocking.
Sarcasm? You wound me.
Not yet, I haven't.
Ah, what a retort. I'll have to steal it. Speak, please. I beg you. I can wait no longer.
I'd like to know more about you.
If you wish to know more about me, it only stands to reason that I long to divulge my most closely kept secrets to you. Indeed, I've been standing here hoping I could recount my life story to a complete stranger.
I didn't expect your life story, but some common knowledge would be appreciated.
No knowledge of me is remotely common.
I've lived for centuries and accumulated a store of knowledge so great that renowned wizards journey from all corners of Faerun seeking an audience. Forgive my impertinence. With your permission, I'd like to ask you something.
Speak, please. I beg you. If you wish to know more about me, it only stands to reason that... Speak, please. I beg you. I can wait no longer.
I've got to know. How did you end up here?
I suppose this is the curse of my imprisonment here. To be forced to tolerate the rabble around me.
There's no need to be rude. I'm just trying to make conversation.
Rude? I merely state the facts. But perhaps I have been overly hasty. Looking about me, I see little opportunity for conversation more engaging than that you offer. Therefore, I will share the tale of my betrayal and subsequent incarceration.
Yes, you heard correctly. I said betrayal. The Winged, that capricious and wanton mercenary, is no stranger to me.
I have advised her on occasion, and she has provided certain useful services to me.
In recent decades, my experiments required certain unusual reagents, powdered unicorn horn among them.
You can imagine my excitement when I received word that the Winged had secured some for me.
I rushed to meet her, and her band of hunters, as it turned out.
I was not defenseless. I never am.
I injured one of her cohorts and immobilized 2 others before they breached my wards and brought me to these infernal halls. An entertaining story, if a familiar one. May I ask you something else?
Speak, please. I beg you.
Right.
No. Please stay. I've nothing better to do than answer each question that flits through your feeble mind.
Dolph Evenbeard.
You were saying Gestamachin. That is your name, correct? You were saying... Well, what were you saying?
Actually, my name is Gesundheitamin. I was talking about how violent heat causes empyromatic salts in the beetroot.
I'll have to reflect on that.
You have a visitor.
Oh, hello. Have you been standing there long? Gazmithan and I were... Well, we were having an edifying discussion about the, something.
I love the old wizard. He's the only one who has anything worthwhile to say in this place.
So, young one, you wanted to speak to me about something?
Please speak loudly and clearly. Gooselman is a bit hard of hearing, you see. How'd you end up here, Master Ebenbeard?
So, Ghoul Raven. About the beetroot's empyromatic salts. Those salts.
Seems the old man's already forgotten about you. I can't say I blame him.
Go to the merchants to see if they have Tiadgrin's Salve of Senile Serenity. That should help him focus, if only briefly.
No, you don't understand.
The diacritics of the old Netherese scrolls are critical to proper recitation.
He doesn't stop. There is genius in him, buried way down. Do you have that drink I recommended?
Not yet. Alright, let's go get that drink. I'm assuming that it's going to be with Bellow Gulp. So we slowly make our way back to the merchant circle.
How may I help you? Achoo!
I need something to stabilize Dolph Ebenbeard's mind.
What you need is the salve of senile serenity. The concoctor can brew one for only 100 gold pieces.
Very well. Here you go.
Hello, my pretty. How much for the entire evening?
Alright, we'll take care of this. I do have some stuff I could sell. I won't worry about that later. I'm gonna let this episode go long. I'm gonna finish talking to all the NPCs that we can. Just so in the next episode we can get started. I will buy our equipment and start fighting in the next one.
No, you don't understand.
He doesn't stop.
Here you go.
Why does Bellowgulp insist on giving his potions such ridiculous names? Salve? I'm not rubbing it on the old man's head. Dulf, our friend here brought us a drink. Let us make a toast. To your venerable age, Dulf Ebenbeard, by human standards at least, and to many long years ahead.
And to you, my young friend. Oh my, that is tasty. My head feels light all of a sudden. Gesthemen, what is in that drink? Bring me a barrel.
I feel 20 years younger, in mind, if not body.
Our good friend here brought it for you. I believe they wish to speak with you.
Well, I hope there's more where it came from.
These tonics never last very long, unfortunately.
So, you had a question. I'm all yours. For the time being, at least.
How did a master magician like yourself end up here?
I can't really recall.
The last thing I remember, I was in the Cloven Mountains, riding towards Lacombe. The library there houses a collection of scrolls I wish to study. You were doubtless attacked and captured by the Winged and her crew. Nearly all of us were.
Oh. Well, it's good to see. I can't really recall.
What do you make of this place, Master Ebonbeard?
I haven't seen much of it.
Or maybe I have and just don't remember. It reminds me of some of the wizardry schools built beneath the forest floor of Cormanthor. They did that to protect the ancient trees in the event of an incident in one of the schools.
The people who brought and keep us here are much more distinct.
I remember Dennaton's speech, and I have a very clear picture of the planetar they call their Winged, as well as the large metal golem that follows her.
I know who that golem is, or rather was.
It is Banor, isn't it?
Well, just so. A terrifically talented wizard. Nobody knows exactly how he ended up in the adamantine golem's form.
I theorize he was experimenting with spirit transference, a school of magic not yet fully developed.
Has anyone ever tried to return his mind to his body?
I doubt anyone even knows where that body is now.
But the original vessel is unimportant. His mind can be transferred to any being, and that being's spirit would replace his into the golem. It can be done by a supremely skilled wizard.
Like yourself, perhaps?
Perhaps.
And how would you go about it?
The spell required is long and complicated.
I need to inscribe it on a scroll beforehand. All I need are a few material components. What do you say? Would you like to help? Of course.
Wonderful.
Give me a worm tooth, a carrion crawler egg, a parchment made from Eden skin. Also, I need something belonging to Banner. Anything so long as it's unique to him. Come back when you have everything, and I'll get right on it. What a wonderful, exciting project. It's almost rejuvenating.
Well, it's good to see you again, Grubish Nettlehammer. Haha.
That's just old man humor. I remember you just fine, Tyrus. What can I do for you?
I can't really recall. Well, it's good to see you again, Grubish Nettlehammer.
Alright, so we have another quest. Talk to Timothy Goodtree.
I am Sir Timothy Goodtree, Knight of the Order of the White Sun, Champion of Tempest. I slew the demon Ormius in the Battle of Arkenbridge. I see you arrived with the rest of us. I don't know about you, but I have no intention of remaining here long.
We're of one mind on that. Do you have a plan to get out?
First, I must study our enemies. The guards, Dennaton, the Winged and her followers. All will have their faults, some of which we might take advantage of. I'll come to you if I think you have a part to play in this plan. I would see what you are made of before committing myself to you.
What do you think of this place?
I must speak first of this shrine area.
To be frank, I could not care less about this alcove to Mercurial Timora, or the privy yonder where that festering boil of a god, Garagos, is made to throne. Watch what you say, knight. You'll pray to Garagos one day.
Tempest tolerates your wretched god, Laris. I suppose I can extend the same courtesy to you. But this supposed altar to Tempest, what can I say?
It befits the cult of a soft goddess like Sune more than Lord of Battles. There's no vigor here, no dignity. You're a big-headed brute, aren't you, Timoth? Why don't you assist me then? All you do is stand there and pass judgment. No one's asking you to stay. You're free to leave our shrine if you don't like it.
I don't need your permission to come and go.
And I'll leave this place altogether, not just your sad shrine.
As for the rest of the arena, it's a blight. But you know that already.
How did you come to be here?
I was defending a village on the Delambir River against a band of raiding orcs.
I had little more than a score of warriors at my command, but we were trained fighting men and women all. We formed a shield wall, 7 wide and 3 deep, blocking the only trail into the village. Fascinating. I love tales of battle. Go on.
I stood in the center of the first line, my shield locked with those of my comrades left and right, a short sword in my free hand.
In a shield wall, there's no room to swing a long blade.
100 orcs or more charged us, as orcs will. A motley crew in complete disarray.
Some wielded nothing more than sticks. Others had dented helmets and rusty swords. As the ecstasy of Garagos, glorious must have been their rage.
We met their charge. The line shook, but our feet were well planted and our wall held.
They had no chance. Then how are you made a prisoner here?
Suddenly, in front of me, I saw the planetar. I did not know where she came from. She raised her sword and spread her wings.
The air rippled in a silent explosion. All those around us, human and orc alike, fell as one.
I understood she was challenging me to single combat. We traded blows for I know not how long.
I've never met a fighter as skilled as she. Eventually, she brought me to one knee and put her sword's tip to my neck. I had no choice but to yield.
Her companions put me in shackles. The next thing I knew, I was here.
And what do you make of this place?
I must speak first of this shrine.
I've already talked about that.
I don't need. As for the rest of the arena,
alright, I'll take my leave now.
Blight. But you know that already.
Talk to Geralt Darkfellow?
Don't touch me. Stay back.
Relax, friend. I mean you no harm.
They said they'd help me. Lies. There is no one here who can help me. Here or anywhere.
Geralt's talking about the planar hunters.
They tricked me. The winged said she knew someone who could teach me to control the fire, the explosions, or the magic that comes out of me. I've burned down villages, killed hundreds of innocent people, turned flocks of sheep into rattlesnakes and farmers into chickens. I've had enough of it. Nobody...
It's alright, Geralt. Tamora loves you. Your unpredictability is beautiful in her eyes.
Thank you, Molzan. I do hope she smiles upon me. Someone's got to, surely.
Why did the hunters bring you here?
Certainly not to help me. I suspect they or Dennaton thought it would be entertaining to have a wild mage in the arena.
Are you able to prepare scrolls by any chance?
Sometimes. Why do you ask?
I need a scroll to heal me and my teammates.
I don't know anything about healing. Ask Molzan. I'm sure she can help you.
Alright, what about a scroll to give me and my teammates more strength?
I've never cast such a spell, intentionally or otherwise. Sorry.
Alright, I need a scroll to swap the minds of two beings.
Spirit transference. I've dabbled in it in the past. I think I could do it, probably. But you know, my scrolls are no more reliable than my spells.
They generally work as intended, with some unexpected consequences.
If you're game to try, I'll need an item belonging to the being the caster intends to switch bodies with.
This is powerful magic. Only skilled spellcasters will be able to use the scroll.
Given that I cannot guarantee its effectiveness, I'll only charge you 4,000 gold pieces. You can pay me when you bring me that item.
Very well. I'll be back.
Keep your distance. I say that certainly not to help me. I say sometimes. Why do you ask?
I really want to turn Turtle into a chicken.
I'd love to see that. Unfortunately, chicken shifting for me has only ever been an unintended outcome. I couldn't possibly scribe it onto a scroll. Spirit, I see, given that I cannot guarantee its effectiveness, I'll only charge
you for
kneel and repent.
Greetings. You're part of the new group, right? Garagos is truly great, sending us ever more warriors to continue the glorious slaughter. Garagos has nothing to do with it, you savage. You know full well this is Dennaton's doing. Him and the one who puts up the gold for this barbaric spectacle. Who guides him, do you think? Garagos, of course. They built these arenas as shrines to him. You mind this brute. These arenas make mockeries of the field of battle. No true soldier takes pride in fighting in a cage. It's nothing more than animals going at each other's throats. I not put a foot in there.
And that suits you fine, doesn't it, Kirel? How Tempest could have called such a coward to his service is beyond me. You should celebrate the arena for what it is. An opportunity to prove oneself in battle.
The arena is a battlefield. Instead, you flee from it. Tempest doesn't like deserters. You do know what he demands... You do know what he demands we do to deserters, don't you, Kirel? Timoth, you come here and... Please, my colleagues. Sir Timoth. Been through this how many times now? You're all different sides of the same coin. Tamora blesses you all. Now let our guest speak. I believe he addressed you, Sir Laris. What is it you want? Are you one of Garagos' Reavers? No, my faith belongs to another of the gods. You do well to put your faith in Garagos. Don't listen to these fools. It's the followers of Garagos that do the best in this place. His own house. Why, Doran Greybook himself turned into Garagos when he was brought here. What? That's how he survived long enough to be freed. You're a liar and an imbecile, Laris. Dorn Greybrook was never here, and no one is ever freed from this place. Besides, everyone knows Greybrook is one of Tempest's greatest warriors.
You two incessantly wag your tongues at each other and do little else. If your disagreements are so profound, unsheathe your swords. Settle them like true warriors.
I heard someone else besides Dennaton was behind this place. I know nothing of that, and would be a fool to speak of it if I did. I'm sure Kurel would be more than happy to discuss it with you. Can you heal my wounds? Malzahn takes care of the healing. Ask him. Can I see your temple services? Malzahn keeps our stored. I don't bother with that. Alright, I'll be going. What's the point of you?
You have my greetings, faithful one.
Greetings, Tyrus. May each of your triumphs bring you closer to Tempest. What can I do for you? You said someone else besides Dennaton was behind this place. Yes, it's true. Dennaton is not this arena's ultimate patron, though he certainly enjoys playing the role. We do not know his sponsor's name. Whoever they are, they must be extremely powerful. Can you heal my wounds? Alright, temple services?
You're rather outlandish folk to be wandering round here.
Greetings, greetings. What good fortune brings you to my humble shrine? You have a bizarre view of what constitutes good fortune, friend. Well, you know what they say. Fortune favors the bold. Well, the performers who live say that. The rest of us just sort of lie on the ground gasping for air until the monsters finish them off. You aren't really helping. Oh, yes, oh my. I have forgotten myself, haven't I? I am Malzahn, priest of Tamora. I provide healing, temple services, and spiritual guidance to our performers. I also keep the ceremonial ale and try to keep other priests from killing each other. May I ask you a few questions? Ask away. The last few days have been overwhelming. Can you help me make sense of it all? The pit wears on even the most optimistic disposition. Tell me what is troubling you. I just recently escaped from a similar fighting arena. Now I'm back in slavery again. As day follows night, so good fortune follows ill. Look within yourself. See what it is you desire, then boldly stride forth and claim it. Do this, and tomorrow's grace will shine down upon you. I'll give it a shot. In the meantime, I have need of other services. I was a halfling priest of Tamora during an Thayan gladiator arena. I was captured. Most around here were. Such is life. Misfortune merely accentuates greater good fortune for those intrepid enough to take it. An encouraging attitude. Tell me more of your capture. It was that joker. You know, the half-elf drunkard who can't get enough of her own voice? Not your favorite person, I take it. Picked up on that, did you? My adventuring company and I were hired to investigate turnip bandits plaguing the tradeways around Baldur's Gate. Turnip bandits? That sounds serious. And every problem involves dragons or evil wizards trying to conquer all Faerun. We're at an inn for the night when I noticed a half-elf so drunk she could barely stand. Tomorrow smiles upon me, I thought. I challenged her to a game of bones and won a sizable amount of gold. She was none too pleased. I wouldn't think so. Go on. The next thing I knew, hands of iron lifted me from my chair, stuffed me in a sack, and beat me senseless. I woke in a room behind this shrine. That pompous-arsed turtle soon informed me that I was the new resident priest at Tamora. What happened to the old one? Depends on whom you ask. Either he fell into a wyvern cage and got eaten, or he was pushed into a wyvern cage and got eaten. Ha! I thought Tamora was the goddess of luck. Bad luck and good luck are a matter of perspective. Just ask the wyvern. Huh, alright. Let me see the other services. You mentioned the other two priests often fight. Isn't that a little unusual? If it weren't for the guards, they'd have destroyed the entire shrine by now. Sounds like you don't care for them. Individually, Laris and Kurel aren't so bad, but put them together, and it's like throwing beet juice on an owlbear. Beet juice on an owlbear. Trust me, it's not pretty. Understood, let's talk about other things. Can I see your temple services? Why yes, here's our inventory. Alright, just some scrolls. Oh wait, nope.
Nasty times are coming, I reckon.
Alright, I think that was all of that. Alright. Let's go check up here. So a few doorways to check out, see if there's anyone else we can talk to, and then... Well, that door is locked, so this way... We can't go up here, right? This door was locked. Let me double check. I think that's all the NPCs we can talk to for now. I'm assuming this is where the planar hunters live. Because this would be where the Dormammu is. I don't know about the rest of them. Yeah, can't force that door. Okay. Well, I think that was everybody. If I missed somebody, feel free to let me know in the comments section so we can talk to them. I'll go back here in the next episode. We'll start gearing up. I'll read the flavor text for most, if not all, of the items. I don't know if... Yeah, I'll read all the items. I like flavor text. So next episode, it might take a whole episode to read all of it. I'm not sure. But if you don't like flavor text, feel free to skip the next episode. I'll put a disclaimer at the beginning of the next one. Anyway, gonna call it here. Next one, we'll do some shopping and some reading, and then we'll prepare for combat, finally. 3 episodes in, maybe 4 episodes in. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.